Hey guys, Advisor here, and we got a special video going up for you guys today. This video is basically going to be the introduction / draft analysis of the MPL, the Major Pokemon League, Season 3. As you guys are aware, we are a member of the Major Pokemon League, and this is the third season. The San Francisco 49Tales will once again be returning, and we got some cool stuff to share with you guys today. We did a little change up things and stuff from the previous season, so I'm going to go over some of that things right now, so you guys can understand how some of the new things are going to be happening coming up in the season. First of all, we've reduced how many coaches we have. We went from 16 to 12, and I think I like this significantly more because it makes it a lot easier to get battles done. It just makes it a little bit easier to kind of control. We had some issues last season, as you guys know, and we're hoping that with a little less, it's a little bit easier to maintain and handle. So, with that in mind, we changed up the conferences and divisions. Now we have two divisions. We are in the Sun Division, and then there's also the Moon Division in honor of Gen 7. So basically, how it's going to work is, similarly, we're going to have a 12-game season. We'll be playing against each divisional opponent twice, and then we'll be playing against two people in the Moon Division as well. So we have, in our division, we have us, of course. We have Mystic and the Anastar Umbreons, who we actually have not played at all. Mystic's been here since Season 1, as have we, and we have not actually played each other yet in the MPL, so it's actually going to be kind of cool. We're finally in the same division as each other. We're going to battle each other twice, and we actually face off Mystic in Game 1 of the season, so that'll be fun. It'll be the Umbreons versus Umbreon, which is better, shiny or boring old regular Umbreon. We also have got Asteroid, who is our new coach. He is the coach of the Chicago Chandelures, so he'll be joining us as well in the Sun Division. And of course, we also have another new coach, Pterodactyl, coach of the Sin City Staraptors. As you guys know, I love Staraptor, good old Kurumu. And he will be joining us in the Sun Division as well. Orabomb in the Houston Megahorn. He was somewhere along here in the NFE, or he was in the NFE, I know that. He was in the NFE, so he'll be coach of the Houston Megahorns. We have also got Blizz Ioku, who is returning with the Blackthorn Frogadiers as the final member of the Sun Division. We have the Moon Division. We have good old Dench and the Viridian Beedrills, Dan and the St. Louis Sableyes, Jordy and the Leeds Rhyhorns, Moxie and Fernape and the Baltimore Braviaries, Poi, Dylan and the Miami Heatmores, and Sypha Blaka and the Detroit Lipards. So that is the divisions. That is the 12 teams that will be competing in this season. So let's go over some of the things that changed aside from the divisional stuff. The main thing that changed is we kind of reworked the entire draft process. Basically, we went from just draft whatever you want for 12 rounds, and whatever team you get, that's what you get. Great, congratulations. If you got straight power across every single thing, well then, sucks to be your opponent. We decided to change that, and we actually went to a tier system with points. So let me explain that. Basically, we had 6 tiers, each changing, tier 1 being the best of the best Pokemon, tier 2, tier 3, and so on, so slowly getting a little bit worse each time you go down the tiers. Now, these are not Smogon tiers, like they're not OU, it's not OU, UU, blah, 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 blah. These are tiers specifically designed for League, because there's actually Pokemon that are in, like, lower tiers like RU that are actually really, really good in League format, so it's a little bit different. So we switched things around. So like there's UU Pokemon that are below RU Pokemon, like Jolteon is in tier 3, and Espeon, which I believe is UU, and Darmanitan is UU, Machamp is in UU. They are in tier 4, which is actually lower than tier 3. So it just goes to show, it's just different Pokemon work better in League than they do in just regular generic Wi-Fi battles. So we went and had that. So basically, tier 1 is 100, tier 2 is 90, tier 3 is 80, tier 4 is 70, tier 5 60, and then anything that's not in any of those tiers is 50 points. So with that in mind, we were able to get together a nice, good team for us. Okay, so going with the tier system, each team is a total of 500 points that they can use to spend out however they want. So basically, you can spend out and get straight power, but you'll have very low Pokemon, or you can spend out and get weaker Pokemon, have a bunch of Pokemon, but you don't have the most power in the world. So basically, you have between 8 and 12 Pokemon that you can have on your team, 8 being the minimum, 12 being the maximum. And you can figure out how you want to spend your 500 points however way you want. But with that in mind, we decided to do a little something different, and we actually allowed people to get free Pokemon. So essentially how it works is the first 3 rounds of the draft are free. So the first round you get a free tier 1 Pokemon. So you pick any Pokemon from tier 1, doesn't cost a single point. Round 2 you pick a Pokemon from tier 2, round 3 or you pick a Pokemon from tier 3. Pretty straightforward, right? It costs 0 points. Round 4 is your Mega Round, which actually I really like what we decided to do for the Mega Round. Is it's a little different. Megas, you will not spend any points on a Mega, but what you can do is if you get a lower tier Mega, you can actually get points in return. So the Megas, like the top tier Megas like Megazards, Mega Latios, those things are all 0 points. But then you have like lower tier Megas like Mega Ampharos or Mega Banette, things like that, and you'll actually gain points back if you decided to pick them. So it allows you to get, you can get a little bit more power if you want, having the same amount of Pokemon that you could have if you got not a low tier Mega. The other thing that we introduced was franchising. So all teams, including the newcomers, were able to franchise a Pokemon before the start of the draft. So how franchising works is, for us returning coaches, we could franchise any Pokemon from tier 1, 2, or 3, and basically call dibs on that Pokemon for the draft. So like I had Scissor last season. I could have franchised Scissor as my tier 1 pick. Because yeah, Scissor's in tier 1. That's my tier 1 pick. So basically I guarantee myself Scissor, and I don't pick in the first round. And with that, it costs you a little extra points. So instead of my tier 1 being free, it's 50 points. So basically it's like you call dibs on a Pokemon you already had, you know how it works, at a cost of a little extra points. We did not franchise any Pokemon. I mean, I had Scissor I could franchise, I had Gengar, I had Celebi. Those were some mons that I could have franchised, but I was just like, don't really think I need to. So I decided not to franchise, keep all my 500 points, and then we moved on to the draft. So now we're going to be introducing you guys to the Season 3 team of the San Francisco 49Tales. Alright, we'll put that balance up on the board. In the first round, we had the 7th overall pick, so pretty much smack dab right there in the middle. I kind of wanted, when I went into this, I wanted Latios. I was thinking about getting Latios or Latias. Something along those lines. That actually turned out not being to happen because Jordy franchised Latias and Dench picked Latios, who was before me. So that kind of threw out the window. And I was like, okay, what do I want? I was thinking about Mew, but then I'm like, you know what? You know what's straight freaking power? Victini. So Victini joined our team here. And with that, oh my goodness, Victini can do some things and stuff. Let me tell you that right now. Victini can do some things and stuff. It has, base 100 powers all across the board, but it has that 180 base V-Create. Oh my goodness, does that thing just do freaking anything that you want it to do. It'll completely destroy walls. It'll bust through walls, of course, unless it's a Miltank with Thick Fack or something like that. We all know how well Miltank can take fire moves with choice bands and whatnot. But yeah, so Victini joined the team. It was pretty cool. That was actually one of the Pokemon that I was thinking about getting as well. So I'm very happy that Victini joined us. So that didn't cost us a single point, as we didn't franchise, nothing like that. And so that's how the first round went. Alright, then round 2 was coming on up, which we did not have the greatest pick in round 2. We had the 10th overall pick in round 2, so I didn't have my hopes too high. There are some majorly good Pokemon in Tier 2 that I wanted to get. First of all, I wanted to get Mamoswine. That was my first overall Tier 2 pick that I wanted to get. Jordy picked it, and of course the second overall pick, because Mamoswine is absolute power. I don't know, there was pretty much a 0 chance of it being with me. With that, we were able to get something pretty dang good, though. We got Battery Bird himself, Zapdos, on our team. So we have Victini, who is weak to rocks, so we wanted to be able to have something that can consistently get rid of rocks, as well as actually hit pretty high with Zapdos with that base 125 special attack, 100 speed. You can have defensive Zapdos, you can have offensive Zapdos, you can do whatever the hell you want with Zapdos, because Zapdos is a pretty good versatile mon, especially in League format. So our Tier 2 pick, I don't think it was too bad at all. Alright, our Tier 3 round, now that is a good round we had. We actually had the first overall pick in Tier 3. So that basically allowed us to get any Tier 3 mon that we wanted that was available. Unfortunately, the Tier 3 mon that I actually really wanted was Alakazam. That's what my original draft plan been. I don't even know if I actually would have still drafted Alakazam if I had gotten Victini, because I kind of changed everything around because I was originally wanting Alakazam, but Cypher actually franchised Alakazam, and since he did it before the draft, I kind of had to rechange things and stuff. So yeah, I don't even know if I would have been able to get out. I would have gotten Alakazam even if it was still there because I got Victini. I probably wouldn't have drafted Victini. So who knows, Cypher? You completely changed around how everything would have worked on my team. But anyway, so for our tier 3 Mon, I wanted to pick something that could hit hard, hit like a truck, do some massive damage. So I went with the all-powerful Nidoking. Nidoking just has coverage out the wazoo with that Sheer Force boost as well. So you can throw a Life Orb on that, get that Sheer Force Life Orb boosted, just power right there with Nidoking. So he, Kaiju, he can do some serious work to any opponent's team. And with that, we took the first overall pick of tier 3 with Kaiju the Nidoking. Alright, so for our round 4, we are in the Mega Round, and this is the final round that's kind of restricted. Basically, round 5 and below is pick whatever Pokemon you want if you have the points for it. So round 4 was the Mega Round. We had, again, not a great pick. We had the 10th overall Mega pick, but I was actually okay with this because I actually originally wanted to get a lower tier Mega to actually get some points back. I wanted to get Mega Blastoise, which gives you a negative 30, so I would have gotten an additional 30 points, and that would have definitely allowed me to pick some more Mons than how I wanted to draft it out. It would have actually worked really good. Unfortunately, things don't go as planned, as Patrick picked Mega Blastoise before me. And I was like, well, crap. I don't really want any of the other lower tier Megas on my team. I could have gotten Mega Ampharos, but I already had Zapdos for the electricity. I didn't really want that. Mega Ampharos, I really didn't know what to do with this Mega pick. And I was like, Mega Latios was available, but I already had a Psychicmon. It was just kind of really hard. So I was like, you know what, maybe I'll get Mega Scissor. And then I was like, I kind of wanted another Mon, and that would be 2 Pokemon 4 times weak to fire. I'll explain to that later as I show you what I pick. Oh, I mean, if you follow me on Twitter, you already know what I pick, but I decided to pick a Mon that was weak to fire anyway, and I went with Mega Heracross, Beetleborg, and this thing is humongously powerful. 185 base attack. That thing is just with Adamant, or with Skill Link as well. So freaking, that's just gonna, oh my god, is that gonna pin missile? Is gonna do shit ton of damage. It's just pretty all around good. So I want to go with Mega Heracross because this is also a Mega that I don't really use at all. So I was like, that's actually probably not the greatest idea to do in a League format, is to use a Pokemon you're not familiar with. But I thought, what the hell? I don't really actually rely on my Mega pretty much at all. I haven't in my last 2 seasons at all. And, I thought, what, let's have Mega Heracross. Why the heck not? So I picked Mega Heracross with our round 4 pick. Alright, then we move on to round 5. So like I said before, after this point, every single tier is up for grabs, so you can draft whatever you want at this point. So, there are a couple of tier 1 Mons left. There's actually quite a few good powerhouses left. And so in this round, I wanted to get a tier 1 Mon. I had the 6th overall pick in round 5, so it's right smack down in the middle, so I can have a decent Mon that I wanted to get. So I wanted to get something. Right now I don't have that much speed. I have Victini, which is base 100, Zapdos, which is base 100, but that's pretty common in the League format. That's a pretty common speed tier. So I wanted to get something that could outspeed things like that. So I was looking at that, I'm like, oh, look who's still available. Carnage the Gengar was still there, so we decided to pick him, have him return back from Season 2. Don't need to waste them franchise points, we can already get him on. We are returning Gengar, Gengar put in the finest of work for us last season. It's got 110 base speed, 130 special attack, it has good coverage, it can hit freaking hard as hell. So I decided, you know what, let's go with Gengar. So we picked Gengar with our round 5 pick, which means we lost. That's 100 points right there, so we are now at 400 points. So now we have to start budgeting our points correctly. Okay, so for round number 6, we had not the greatest of the picks at all. We had the 10th overall pick in round 6. I have yet to gotten anyone that I can get to reliably get up Stealth Rocks. I mean, Nidoking can learn Stealth Rocks, but you're not going to run Stealth Rocks on Nidoking. That's just silly. So I needed to get something that I could set up rocks with consistently. I was thinking about Empoleon, because I needed a water type as well as I have, I've made a Heracross weak to fire, and nothing that, Victini does, but, I needed something that was pretty good. But I decided to go with Spiky Donut, the Ferrothorn in our 6th round pick, because that thing is it's a pretty good wall. It's super bulky, it can set up Stealth Rocks, it can set up spikes, it can T-Wave, it can Leech Seed, it can just play havoc with an opponent's team. It does have that 4 times weakness to fire, so we'll have to think about how we can fix that in a little bit. But with that, Ferrothorn is just a solid overall pick. It was a tier 2 pick, so that was 90 points. It was pretty good, I think, pick for the 6th round. Alright, for the 7th round, I know for a fact I need to get a water type because I have 2 mons that are weak to fire, only 1 mon that resisted Invictini, which is not going to be a wall. So I needed something that I can make a wall that can resist fire. So I originally was thinking about getting another mon in the round 6, and I was thinking about getting Empoleon. I kind of wanted Empoleon. Good thing I didn't go with that process, because Asteroid picked Empoleon at the first pick in this round, which is the round that I would have picked Empoleon in. So good thing that didn't happen. I knew I needed to get a water type. I wanted Mega Blastoise, so I figured let's get regular Blastoise then. So with the 7th overall pick in round number 7, 7-7, we were able to get Blastoise, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle himself, to join our team. And that thing, Blastoise is pretty bulky. It's a rapid spinner as well, so we can get our rocks. It has priority in Aqua Jet. It has water type that we needed. It's a good mon that fits pretty well in our team, so that's why I wanted to pick him. And it was only a tier 4, so that's only 70 points, so it was pretty good spending of our points at that juncture. Alright, now round 8 was coming on up, and we spent some points. We needed something. We're starting to get a little low on the points, so we needed something that could go good with this team. And right now, I just had back-to-back bulky picks. I hadn't drafted a mon that was an offensive mon in a little bit, so I wanted to get a good offensive mon with this pick. So we actually had the 2nd overall pick in round 8, which is really good. So we were able to get a really good mon. We actually were able to get Haxorus. Odin the Dragon joined our team. And Haxorus, I'm surprised Haxorus was a tier 4, so it was only 70 points. But Haxorus has a humongous base attack. It can set up with the D-Dance. I wanted a mon that I could set up with, so we have Haxorus to D-Dance. And Haxorus has pretty decent coverage as well. It's got Mold Breaker, so Rotom, sorry. And it can just do some good work. So I was like, Haxorus fits perfectly. It also resists fire as well. So that worked out pretty dang good for us. Alright, round 9 is coming up, and we're starting to get really low on points here. So I need to make these last couple of picks count. So I wanted something that could resist fire, that could resist flying, something that was good. I wanted to get another wall. So I was looking at it, I'm like, what can I do? I only have 1 mon that can set up Stealth Rocks reliably. I don't have a Cleric on my team yet. I'm thinking, what's a good mon that I could use to do that? And would you look at that, for the 3rd time in a row, oh baby, it's a triple. Diancie is once again on our team. As you guys know, Diancie, that little diamond rock, it can do the finest of work. It can tank hits for days. What's a 4-time steel attack to a Diancie? As you saw when I believe I battled Ipa in Season 1, he had Iron Head on his Garchomp, went for that Iron Head, and Diancie's like, nah, I ate that up. He, of course, got the freaking flinch on it, but that's another story. Diancie, join the team. It's a Stealth Rocker. It's a Heal Beller. I can do freaking Croancie if I want with Calm Mind and shit, since it has 150 base defense and special defense. That thing is a tank. So I went with Diancie as our round 9 pick. I thought that was pretty dang good. Alright, in round 10, this is actually our final pick, because we only have 90 points left at this time. So I needed to make it count. I was going to have 10 mons. There was no way around it. That was what's going to happen. I needed something good. I just drafted I drafted a bulky mon. I had Haxorus before. I needed something that was fast and could hit hard. So I'm going to have Gengar as my only base over 100 speed guy. So I wanted to get something else that was over base 100 speed and that could actually hit really hard. So none other than Navi. Hey, listen. The Azelf was available, so we drafted Azelf as our final pick for MPL Season 3. 115 base speed, 125 attack and special attack, so I could run it either as a physical or special or mixed, whatever I want. That was nice. Azelf has really good coverage, so I like that, being able to have this super fast mon that could be mixed. Your opponent doesn't know if you're going to bring in physical, special. It has a wide coverage of moves, so I thought Azelf would fit perfectly on this team. It is another psychic type, but you know, whatever. We have Diancie to resist the dark moves and things like that. So that's who we wanted to pick with our final pick, and I think that was a pretty gosh darn good decision. So that was the finality of our MPL Season 3 picks. I overall think that it's a pretty decent team. We had 10 points left over. I could have picked a Tier 2 Mon as our last moment, but there was nothing in Tier 2 that I really wanted, and like I said, I needed that speed. So Victini, Zapdos, Nidoking, Mega Heracross, Gengar, Ferrothorn, Blastoise, Haxorus, Diancie, and Azelf. Welcome to the San Francisco 49Tales. We have Gengar and Diancie to show you guys the ropes, show you how we do things in here. So make sure you talk to them, see how things run. We're planning on making the playoffs this year. I think we have a decent chance in our division. So hopefully with that, we will have a good season, make the playoffs, maybe even become a champion. Who knows? I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, see that like button down below. Let's get hyped for MPL Season 3 in your San Francisco 49Tales. Put it in the finest. Let's see how this team works, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you guys later.